the Magic, 106-98, and we're underway. The tip is controlled finally by Orlando. Steve Javie, Ted Bernhardt, and Bill Spooner are the officials tonight.
As we look at it, so keep an eye on that. You've got to protect and block people out.
Scottie Pippen makes it look easy as he drives by Outlaw for the first Chicago point.
Well, Orlando is going to have a difficult time matching up, Dick, because of the quickness of Pippen and Jordan, and then also Kukoc off the dribble.
Here is Nick Anderson, and the reverse layup is good. Nick Anderson, who's got the wrap on the hamstring, scores the first points of the second points of the game. This is a three, and it's tipped into the hands of Pippen. Pippen very effective in the open floor, and remember, he missed 35 games and hits a three, so he has young legs. He's got a lot of energy in the latter part of this year.
That's a major point, Dick. Scottie Pippen, a Teddy, he knows where to move and take advantage.
He misses the perimeter, and there's the Bulls breaking, and Pippen and Kukoc down court, and they'll do that all night if you don't get back.
Well, the big thing here is that there's no reason for Harper and Nick Anderson not to be back. The other
56%, second is Shaquille O'Neal in shooting percentage in the NBA. Michael Jordan going furiously to the basket to get his first points tonight, and the Bulls regain the lead by one. Championship that enhances the chances of the status quo for the future.
Well, like I say, a lot of hoops to play between now and then. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope that the greatest player in the history of basketball does not have to succumb to pressure.
I might add. Pippen firing over Outlaw hits. Scottie Pippen with a red-hot first quarter has scored 11 of the Bulls. 15 scored only 2 points. He has been a role player so far in the Bulls' effort. And we have under 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Jordan gets open for the moment, and he hits. Michael Jordan, who is the MVP in the All-Star break and has hit in double figures in 827 games. Michael Jordan pulls up with the jumper, so Jordan now in rhythm as Pippen has been since the start of the game.
You've got to get back. Now just look how slow they are going down here. We have one guy here and one guy here. And just watch it. It's all it is a guy hustling right down the middle of the floor, and his defender was not even matched up with it.
That you've got to really get up for, considering who they are, considering national television. But there's the turnover. Jordan had the turnover. Kevin Ollie gets it back. Ollie inside to Anderson, and Coach Brown spotting Nick Anderson under the basket. Kevin Ollie.
I like him in the early going here. I mean, he's quick.
Got a lot of energy. Benoit shooting, and this time it is a three for David Benoit, and the Bulls lead is cut to 7.
Well, Benoit for the season
came over from the LA Clippers and has been a huge plus for Orlando this year. Kevin Ollie with the fall away, and it's now 27-22 Chicago.
Dick, he can take Kerr. See, he
picks it off. Pippen leaves it for Kerr. He's been the best three-point shooter for the Chicago Bulls, and shows why. Kerr at 40% from three-point territory gives his second attempt. He was shooting against 2 Bulls, including Scottie Pippen running right at him. Ron Harper with the jumper. And the Bulls have opened up a 14-point lead after Orlando had cut it down to 7. Back in, won 3 championship rings as a member of the Bulls. Always seems to rise to the occasion against Chicago. Double team on Strong. And here is Wilkins feeding Grant inside, and Grant banks it in. Horace Grant cuts the lead to 10.
Well, this group that's out on the floor right now,
that can't afford to miss. Kerr is going on Kerr, and he nails a point lead for the Chicago Bulls. Their biggest has been 13. Pippen free inside with the easy layup. And Scottie Pippen with 13. Those are his first points here in the second quarter.
If you're coaching Orlando in this game, you're so upset because
15 to go in the first half.
Simpkins doing a nice job, Dick, in backing up Rodman tonight. He's getting a good look at the defensive board.
Jordan getting a good look at the basket. Hits a trifecta. Michael Jordan, who has not gone to the three-point basket much. He's only 22%. That was his 100th attempt. The score is 45-30. Magic held to 13 points in the first quarter. At 30 to this point. Scoring indeed the problem that Chuck Daly had thought it would be tonight, as Michael Jordan now with 11 points, and that makes 828 consecutive games.
Well, you're going to see Michael's fronting. But the Bulls are doing a good job. They are jamming the passer. So now you're going to see Nick gets waved off down in here, and then Horace Grant dribbles the ball down and goes along the baseline. That's where we had all that action. You cannot front a guy in the NBA unless you jam the passer, or they'll make that pass all night long.
Pippen with 13 leading the Bulls. Benoit with 7 is the high scorer right now for the Magic. Quick double team on Pippen. Good ball movement by Chicago. Kukoc misses. Rodman keeps it alive. 7 rebounds for Dennis. Under a minute to go. 43 plus. Scottie Pippen misses from the corner. And Michael Jordan, the rebound. Basket counts and a foul. Michael Jordan out of the pack. Gets the hoop and will go to the line.
You have to pay attention, not just to Dennis Rodman on the offensive glass, but Michael Jordan is so dangerous, and that's where he gets the majority of his rebounds. And mainly this year because he's on the post so much that anytime the shot goes up, he's only 6 to 8 feet away from the
side. The entry pass a little off the mark, and that's all you need to get the Bulls to cause the turnover. Kukoc picked up by Grant. Threads the needle to Jordan, and Jordan scores. Michael now with 15.
Well, that's where he has accomplished so much this year in the way of points and also getting to the foul line. When he runs it into that post area, he has so many moves. That was a great ball fake, head fake, and then he stepped right underneath the defender.
Chuck Daly was saying he wants the ball in so many different places on the floor. Very hard to get a beat on his tendencies. That Nick Anderson comes back with the lay-in. 51-33 Bulls.
Well, Michael picks his spots whenever he wants to go into the highlight film routines, Dick.
Too easy. Shot inside. Yeah. That was Ron Harper with his 6th point of the game from Scotty or Danny Shays in his 17th year. Tied with Buck Williams and Herb Williams for the most seasons played in the NBA. Pippen, like an eagle soaring, gets the basket, and he's got 15.
He covers so much ground, Dick, and he always holds release the guy, and that's where they've been getting a lot easier. Now, nice fake by Michael. Stepped underneath, and then he will take the double or triple team, whatever you're running at him, because he's just going to elevate and shoot over you. Now, this is a great move by Pippen. Look where he takes off from. And then he just has the ability to step in and swoop. And when you look at him, well, then he really throws everything out of it because he's only made the all-first team, all-defensive team 6 times.
And yet you wonder whether the Bulls are going to sign him for the future. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Here's Michael Jordan finding an open Ron Harper, and Harper gets the shot and the lay-in. It is 59-37, matching the Bulls' biggest lead of 22.
Why the man is on the all-defensive team, first team, 8 times. And you're going to watch him now. He's not only denying, he's fronting. He's determined not to let Nick Anderson get going. Now remember now, they are ahead now by over 20 points. He's denying. He's making sure that because they need him and his offensive production if they're going to stay in this race. They're only 1 game back on that loss.
There's the lob from Rodman to Scottie. Scottie Pippen now with 17 points gets an ooh and ah from the crowd here in Orlando, and it's going to be a foul committed by Derek Harper.
Offensive foul. Good call. There was absolutely no place.
Kevin Ollie replaces Derek Harper as the point guard for the Magic. Rodman, by the way, passed the 1,000 rebound mark for the 5th time in his career, and another spectacular pass and shot. Jordan to Pippen, 19 for Scottie Pippen.
Give him the ball. Now this is embarrassing. See, when a guy backdoors you and you do not have a forearm on him, that will happen to you. On the left side of your screen right now, Outlaw loses contact with Pippen, and Pippen just goes right to the front of the rim, and they run it off.
Shays, I should say, not Cycli. Cycli was the center. And Ron Harper with the lane. Ron Harper, and they're lobbing him to death inside at 65-42.
Well, you know, he's showing us a lot here tonight. He's very quick. He's quick off the dribble.
We're getting easy baskets at both ends.
Now, the people in the building are very upset. So is the coaching staff. You know, what you can do is hope that your team is pride.
Tony Kukoc with that left. Kevin Ollie bringing it up for the Magic, going all the way and runs it in. Pretty move by Kevin Ollie. Members of the Magic.
Devin Ollie is showing us a lot of pluses here.
Yes. He's worth a look, no question about it, as Scottie Pippen hits from the corner. This has been a wide open, end-to-end, side-to-side game by both teams tonight.
Yeah, we did not give you the situation that was called for.
That rarely happens in our broadcast. Oh, Outlaw lays it in. Outlaw, and it's 76-61. So again, a 50 for Chicago. It was Burrell. Dennis Rodman, little fancy ball handling. And Rodman puts it up and gets his first points of the game.
So you were looking for his first shot. Well, he got the rebound, and then he said, I'm going to help.
81-65. The Chicago Bulls will improve on their outstanding defensive showing this year. They've held the Magic to 65 to this point. Here's Jordan in the lane, and Michael Jordan now with 17 points on 8 for 21 shooting. Penny Hardaway telling Craig Sager that if the Orlando Magic make the 3:25 remaining in the fourth quarter, the Bulls in front 83-67 have dominated this game. Here's Pippen from Jordan, and Scottie gets it. 23 now for Scottie Pippen. Well, the Bulls will go from here to Atlanta. 53,000 tickets have been sold for Friday night's game at the Georgia Dome, and the Hawks